Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is the energy update for all signs for Friday the 15th of September 2023, which is a new moon in Virgo at 8:39 a.m. here in Thailand. And so for some people it'll be the day before, but this is the reading for it. Now, this deck says new moon in Virgo is all about trust, all will be well. Let's see if the guides agree with that, shall we? Now, I have a live show 3 times a week here on YouTube. It's called Psychic Cafe. I give 1-question readings in there. You can book in for one of those at any point on my website, behealing.com. There's a link in the description box below and also one up there too. Any pre-booked readings I'll do right at the start of the next live show and then send you all the link to the replay so that you can watch it. So you don't need to come live if you don't want to. Alternatively, you can come live, find the next show laying in wait on my YouTube channel by clicking Be Healing down there, come live and then book while I'm live too. I also offer private readings from my website, behealing.com. Find a link for that in the description box below and also one up there too. I get those out within 48 hours if you're ordering them. Now, you've got 2 chances every single month to win one of those private readings with me. First way to enter one of those draws is by clicking like on this video, being a subscriber to the channel and leaving a comment on this video. That'll get you 1 entry. You can enter as many times as you like throughout the month on my different videos. And I'm doing a draw each month for the watchers of my deeper dive reads. So the bigger card reads, I have extended readings. If you purchase one of those extended readings, so deeper dives, you'll get an entry in for that too. So good luck with winning those. I still haven't got any cards out for this reading. So what's in these energies for this new moon in Virgo? There we go. What's it all about? Let's find out. Willing entanglement, getting into something willingly. Getting into something willingly. So it's something that you've chosen. Perhaps there's ramifications from that now, but we always choose it, you know. We might not know why we choose it. It might not be a conscious thing, but if whatever we've got in our lives, apart from when we're children, we don't have choice when we're children, but when we're adults, we do. And those choices can be unconscious, but generally, yes, we have a choice about these things. We might not know how we're choosing these things, but if there's been something in your life, going on in your life that you don't like, you might need to ask yourself at the moment, how did I choose this? How am I unconsciously choosing this same thing over and over again? See, that's so many people just like on repeat, doing the same things over and over again and then complaining about it, you know, getting into a relationship and the same thing happens with it. And like 2 months later, it's broken up in exactly the same way. Then they complain about it for a month and then they get into a similar kind of relationship and just on this loop. And it's like, well, why are you choosing that same thing over and over? And sure, I know you're not doing it on purpose when you're in one of those loops. We don't do it on purpose. But there comes a point where it's like, I'm the common denominator here. I'm the one that keeps on choosing this. I need to figure out why and how I'm choosing it. So we've got flow here, going with the flow. That's not a good enough excuse, by the way. It's like, oh, I just go with the flow. You can't just say yes to everything that's put in front of you and like trust that the universe is only putting the best in front of you. You got to advocate for yourself and choose the best. There's infinite possibilities here. That's the great thing about it. So you've got to be like really on it for what it is you're choosing. We've got generosity. Generosity. Okay. So we're getting entangled in something willingly, perhaps not sure of how we're getting involved in that or why we shouldn't be willing when we are willing. Tell us more about these energies, please. Virgo, you know, is a sign of sorting things out. It's a sign for getting to the nitty-gritty, for putting things into order. So, yeah, putting burdens down as well. 10 of Wands. Now, with that generosity card and the going with the flow, you might just keep on going with the flow, keep on doing things as they have been done. And if you've been very generous, which generally women we're taught to be that, you know. Men are taught to be the providers, that it's okay for them to kind of be selfish and accumulate stuff because they've got other people to look after, or they may have other people to look after later. And women, we're taught to take care of everyone around us kind of thing, be altruistic and all of that kind of thing. But when we're all single and independent, like we are these days, it's like women have got to be a little bit more selfish and for themselves and allow themselves to build up, you know, because we've got to provide for ourselves. And so we can't take the burdens on of taking care of everyone else for free like that and be so generous with it, because we've got to take care of ourselves. And likewise, perhaps the men need to be a little bit more altruistic if they're not accumulating and providing for family, you know, then they need to be a little bit more altruistic. Could be. So putting down burdens. What else? Balance, because we've got to find new balances. Judgment. Could be things coming up about being judged or about judging others or what your ideals are. We also have 10 of Pentacles as well, which is about building something for yourself. And Ace of Swords with the 5 of Pentacles. A bright idea, but something about having to do it by yourself and not liking that you're doing it by yourself, having to do it by yourself. Why do I have to do these things by myself? I've got this idea, but I don't want to do it alone, is the energy that's right there. So let's have a look. We've got the 10 of Wands, needing to put down some burdens. So some burdens that you're carrying, perhaps from different times, different roles, from different times, when things were different, that we need to put down here. Could have something to do with you, something that you keep on getting willingly entangled into, a way that you keep on being generous and it doesn't serve you. Why have we got the 10 of Wands here, please? We've got it here because of happiness and of the Queen of Materials. The Queen of Materials is the one that's got stability for herself. She's got this sense of success. I'm going for my success now. What will make me happy? Putting the burdens down of making other people happy is what it could be. So there could be a people-pleasing aspect that needs to be put down to get more serious, that Virgo energy, about getting ourselves into what will actually make us happy, give us stability and the success that we want in our lives. So putting burdens down that are kind of been taking some of your energy or some of your focus away from building something for yourself. And what's behind this is creativity. So it's in the things that you do, what you do with others as well, how you create with others. We've got a Judgment card here. There could be self-conscious kind of stuff going on about how you could be judged, especially if you're changing from being a people pleaser, generous person to taking care of yourself. You might be like, oh God, what will people think of me? Judgment. The Emperor. So the Emperor is about taking charge. So what will people think of me when I do take charge myself? Or another way of looking at it is, how am I judging myself for that very thing? Because we don't know what other people think. We don't know how other people are going to judge us at all. When we're of the mindset of, it's like, oh my God, what will other people think? It's what we're thinking, really. It's like, no, I have judgments about myself doing that, or I would have judgments about someone else doing that. So we need to reframe things in our mind, to stop judging ourselves for taking charge of things in our own life. Especially about putting ourselves first. What's behind that is past, present, and future. So changing times. We've got to change the way that the way that we operate for changing times. We can't keep on having the values that you know, and the roles from the 1800s. We just can't, because the times are different now. So 10 of Pentacles, it's time to build something for yourself. It feels like a very Virgo card to me, that, the 10 of Pentacles, is it? I don't know. Don't really know that much about astrology. Anyway, 6 of Inspiration, so that you can be seen to win, and it's okay for you to win. It's okay for you to have things. And then the Lovers. Oh, now, the Lovers. I don't know whether you want to build with someone here, but it feels like you need to do it by yourself with all of these cards that we've got coming out. With this Ace of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles coming up next, I was definitely getting the energy from that of like, I've had this bright idea, but I don't want to do it by myself. And 10 of Pentacles, you might not want to build things by yourself, you know? Be seen to be winning, but then you're alone. So what kind of a win is it? Some of you might be holding yourself back because you want to do it with someone else. But I think these cards are saying, but you need to do it by yourself, and you're going to draw someone in. You know, we do need to kind of figure ourselves out before we can get into a really healthy relationship. And part of figuring ourselves, I know from being an entrepreneur for the last 24 years, a lot about figuring out ourselves, it happens through trying to be successful, and then you have to face all the things inside of you, all the judgments that you've got about, you know, not being altruistic and it not just being like you helping people out and stuff like that. That it's got to be like you know, you've got to go for profit and all of that kind of thing, otherwise it's just, you're not going to be able to do it anymore. Yeah, so there could be a lot around this new moon about like changing your mindset, reframing things, allowing it to be okay to do it by yourself and to reach some kind of a stable state where you've built something for yourself by yourself, and changing your perception of what that means for you. The judgment isn't coming from other people. Well, it might be, but it will just be a reflection of how you're judging yourself. So you've got to be okay about doing that. You've got to make it okay. Reframe it in your mind. Because you've got a bright idea, but you don't want to do it alone. Why have I got these cards here? The moon. You don't know. You don't know. Okay, so you've had this bright idea, but you don't want to do it alone. You want to have someone by your side. You want to collaborate with someone or do it within a relationship, and you don't know why. Well, this new moon could be bringing up your why. The internal workings that you've got that are stopping you from actually taking action that would be good for you. It might have something to do with the things that I have brought up in this reading. It might be about other things too. We've got sexual energy and slow but steady. It feels like, you know what it feels like to me? It feels like you're trying to manifest things in your life to create something, but you're also trying to manifest a relationship too. And you're kind of holding yourself back in that because you're trying to manifest that, but you can't manifest that because that's more to do with the universe bringing the right person in. So you're better off just getting on with these little things, these things that you're doing, and let the universe bring the person to you, and stop holding yourself back from the things that you're manifesting, you know, to build things up in your own life, thinking that it's actually taking you further away from the relationship that you want. It's not. It's taking you toward the relationship that you want. Okay, so what about relationships? What's coming up in relationships for us in this energies today of the Virgo new moon? What's it all about? And don't forget, you can get $30 off a private new moon reading with me on my website, behealing.com. Book yourself in for one of those. Find out what the energies are for you in particular. We've got trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will transform, or it can transform. So there's some acceptance needed to be had here today. And it could have something to do with everything else that I've just said about, you know, I want a relationship first before I manifest this thing, because I believe that me manifesting this thing by myself takes me further away from being in a relationship. There might be an acceptance. It's like, well, but if this is your path, and this is your path, and would the universe put you on a path that hasn't got what you want on it? No, it wouldn't. The universe advocates for what it is that your heart truly wants. There's an element here, I think, in the energies of you've been resisting your path, thinking that the universe has forgotten that you want a partner, you know, or you've forgotten that you want to build this thing. And it's like, no, the universe hasn't forgotten. It's down that path. Just stop putting the brakes on and get down that path. Make time for self-love. So yeah, the core of everything, of course. We're talking about balance. We're talking about self-love. Always. It's the answer to everything. Balance and self-love. The more you love yourself, the more you'll be making good decisions for yourself. The more you love yourself, the more you'll choose good people in your life, for romantic relationships, for friendships, to work with, for everything. So in our love lives today, we've got daydream. We might be daydreaming, and you might be fearful. Fearful of all kinds of things, I think, today. Fearful of getting into something, into the wrong thing. Fearful of making ourselves even less available for relationships, or less attractive for relationships. making yourself more successful and building things makes you more attractive for relationships, by the way, not less attractive for relationships. But sometimes we can be led to believe as women that we need to keep ourselves down to be accepted. And it's not true. That's an element of control. That's the way that some powers want to control women, right? We've got self-love and the lovers here. Again, this message of is just love yourself more and be choosing good things for yourself. That's self-love, practical self-love. The lover will come. Build it and they will come. Okay, so let's get more cards out. What's in the energies this new moon in Virgo? We have a fly, a period of ill health, depression, not feeling so great about the way things are going, but romance is in the air. The universe is on it. What else? We've got a grasshopper, situation in the balance that requires careful handling. And what else? We've got a man, dealings or relationship with a man, and out with a dark man. Oh, we need to get more. A man, a dark man. Could be two men here involved. What about them? One of them could be far away. One of them thinking about you from afar. We've got a broken ring, parting of the ways in romance or business. So one of these men you could be parting ways with. One's thinking about you from far away. Muddled and unclear thinking, and beware of self-delusion. So the way that you're thinking about one of these men could be not right. You might not be able to see the forest for the trees, and beware of self-delusion. Beware of making things up and believing things in your mind about men today. So think of a yes or no answer question, because I've got a red and a green crystal in this bag. I'm going to pull one of them out very shortly for your answer. But this is just a bit of fun, because this is a general reading, not a personal reading. If you want me to pull crystals out of my bag and cards out for a specific question that you've got, then you can book in for one of the one question readings with me on my website, behealing.com. Find a link for that in the description box below, and also on up there too. And if you've got many questions or you want more detail, you can get a private reading with me and ask questions for that too. Book yourself in. There's a link in the description box below and also one up there too. After you're booked in, click on the Contact Us page on my website. Put your questions in there. How best to deal with these energies today? Okay. We've got Temperance. Wait for it. What for? King of Pentacles. Someone else's energy. So the other stable one to come in. So stability. Make yourself stable and then wait for the other one with stability to come in. Get yourself to that place of stability. Make yourself happy, and the person that you want to be with will come as a result. You can speed it up by building things for yourself, reaching further success, making yourself more happy, putting the burdens down of people pleasing, not getting involved in that anymore, not being so willing to get involved in that those same patterns over and over again. So think of a yes or no answer question now. Pause the video if you're not ready for your answer. Your answer is no. Don't do it. It's the ruby. There you go. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click that subscribe button if you're new, and if you leave a comment you'll get an entry into that prize draw for a free reading with me at the end of the month. So good luck with winning that. I do one of these energy updates every single day of the year, including new moons and full moons, of course. I go live 3 times a week in that Psychic Cafe show. I'd love to see you in there and give you a reading, so come along sometime. And I make 3 love pick a card reads a week as well. You can find one of those right there right now and watch that next if you want. Well, have the best day ever. Have the best new moon ever in Virgo, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.